Hi guys, what's up? It's Caitlin here, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about an autoimmune disorder. Well, probably not a little bit, probably a little bit more. Anyways, uh, I just wanted to let you guys know, uh, well, kind of like what I've been going through, considering that I've been going through this for almost 10 years now, or probably has been 10 years, and I'm just thinking that it's not, because I've been going. Well, it started when I was 7, and now I'm 18. So, yeah. And what an autoimmune is where your body, well, your white blood cells literally attack everything in its path. For kids who are probably now seeing this, well, your body is a knight, and the knight's going to fight the dragon. Well, that dragon is your body. And so it literally attacks itself. And it's it's interesting because I am 18 now, and since we have been dealing with this for a long time, we still haven't come up with an actual diagnosis. And with autoimmune disorders, it is hard to diagnose these just because of the different complications that there is, because there's over 80 of them, and it's growing, but it's hard to diagnose them, because for me at the moment, they think that I have Sjogren's, but I'm showing more than one autoimmune disorder, or I could just be showing Sjogren's and it just affects me differently, because with autoimmune disorders, they affect you each differently. So one person can have the symptoms, and then someone else can have different symptoms but have the same thing. And for me, my body doesn't want to follow by the book. And I'm sorry if this is like real shaky. My hands are freezing just because of, with my autoimmune disorder, I have rheumatoid arthritis that goes along with it, and there's a disorder that goes along with the rheumatoid arthritis that makes my hands turn ice cold, like they feel like they have frostbite. And so it's difficult to explain to other people because I look fine. Some days I may have good days, other days I may have bad days, and it all correlates in with the spoons. And not a lot of people understand the spoon theory, and it's hard to explain, but pretty much you get so much energy for one day. And for us, we literally get that amount of energy, and that's it. Once we go over that, we can't go into our next day deposit and keep taking out more and more. We get what we get. You know that saying, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit? Yeah, well, it's kind of like this, but you throw a fit. Because you can't move like everyone else can. You have to take everything slow and steady, and it's not fun. It really isn't. And a lot of people who move fast, they want what we have, and we want what they have. But when you slow down, you do get to know things. You get to look around. You get to see how things are going, kind of, sort of. For me, I usually pick out a lot of different details in people's faces. Sorry, my computer keeps trying to black out on me. And it's weird. It's a Chromebook. What do you expect? But it's weird because people will look at you and say, "You look fine. You don't look sick." And I mean, I'm glad I don't look sick, but I'm still sick. I can't get rid of this. And there's a lot of things that say, oh, you can reverse it, you can reverse it. You're born with it. And depending on what medicines that you're on, it probably won't go away. And I hate to say that, but it probably won't. And just because it takes so long to figure out what you have, because it takes years and years to diagnose. For the longest time, they thought that I had lupus. I didn't have lupus. And at the moment, they think that I have Sjogren's. But since my body's not wanting to react like a Sjogren patient, my diagnosis is pretty much more than one autoimmune disorder with other disorders that go along with it. Because my nerves are act up and all that. Because people can't touch my back unless I take a medicine to help with it. Because if I don't take it, then it feels like I have a constant sunburn on my back. And for all those who have had sunburn and you know how it hurts, try having that on your back, and then your mom tried to go to hug you and she can't. It breaks her heart to see her heart just shatter because she can't hug her child. And I'm looking at my face on my phone as I do this, so I'm sorry if it looks weird. It's just how I am. But it's hard. Because for the longest time, she couldn't touch me. Not like that. Oh, good lord, that sounded wrong. But my cheek, it was swollen. And this is my left side, and I do have a scar, but not a lot of people can see it. Because, well, one, it happened almost 2 years ago. And two, I had a really amazing doctor from Lurie who helped me with it. And my mom, she had a lady whose daughter was having the same problems that I was. And this was one of their ways out. And my mom's just like, do it. With the parotid gland, it wraps around so many nerve endings. And those nerve endings help you smile. But for me, they put sensors on my nerves. That way, if it got too close, it would alarm the doctor. Like, literally, it will freak out. But I'm glad I did it. I was so ready. I was so done with the pain. Because I was in a lot of pain. And people don't understand that when you go through an autoimmune disorder, that there is pain that goes along with it. Emotional, physical, mental. It's painful because, your body will say, oh, hey, I'm fine. One day you're fine, the next day you're not. And your ANA is all screwed up. And I've had a lot of blood tests over the years. And so I'm so used to getting poked and prodded. And I shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't be so used to it to the point where they're just like, you okay? I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine. And I just watch as they put the needle in because it's literally blood test. Blood test after blood test after blood test after blood test. And I know, a lot of parents, they don't want to wish that on their children. And you know what? Even with people who I don't like or don't like me and are mean to me, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. I honestly wouldn't. It's so bad. It's not fun when you're out for weeks at a time because your body can't handle things and because it gets so sick. And people don't understand that. They just think that I'm out because I'm out and because I want to be. And then they give you weird looks whenever you're just like, school, yes, I can go. Because you actually like school because you get to see your friends. And you don't have to see all the doctors and the nurses that come in and try to help you. It's nice to see other kids, you know. And I'm sorry I'm getting really emotional about this, but it's something that not a lot of people go through. I mean, it's there, but not a lot of people know about it. And I know people may know more about lupus and stuff like that, but there's other ones. And there's other times where you hurt because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to make it better. Your parents are crying because they don't know what to do to make it better. And I'm sorry, guys. It gets hard. It does. But I like to smile and show everyone, hey, I'm okay. I got this. I got this. When in reality, sometimes I don't. And I know people who look at you and say, are you okay? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine. When in reality, it hurts. Because you don't want them to see the pain that you go through. And it gets lonely. But I have friends that I've had since 4th grade who are still here with me, and they're still my friends in high school. And people, they can be cruel. They really can. And I know that a lot of people say, oh, kids can be cruel and stuff like that. They can be. And they can be real mean about it. And I have a ladybug. Okay. Don't know what that was about, but okay. It was just like, hello. But it's weird because you see people who are completely and totally fine, and then there's you who looks fine but is really sick. And it's hard because your friends, they'll look at you and just like, why can't you do this? And it's just like, I'm trying. I really am. I don't have enough energy to. And I'm sorry if I'm weird or this is shaking real bad. I'm real cold at the moment because my hands have decided to go pretty much what they call frostbitten. It is weird. Yeah. That's all I can say. Is that it's weird and it's not normal. And I have never been normal, and this is my normal. Going in and out of doctor's offices, having doctors tell you that, oh, even if it was that, we're not even going to treat her for it. You might as well find someone else. And it's just like, we come to you so that way you can help us. Figure out what's going on. And then you get children's hospitals like Lurie. Sorry, excuse me. You're just like, yeah, bring her here. We'll figure out what's wrong. We will. We'll try. I'll try our hardest. And here I am now. I'm not at Lurie's, but I'm one of the patients of many. And I don't know how many people know about Lurie or anything like that, but it's so amazing to see. You know, I was there for 2 weeks, and then I was there for 4 more days after I had my surgery that made it so that way my face isn't out to here. And I'm sorry, I have an eyelash, and good lord, is that annoying. But some people just don't understand. And it's hard to explain it to them because they're just like, you look fine, you look absolutely fine, what's wrong with you? And it's just like, there's a lot. But yet I won't tell you a whole lot about it because I may be afraid or I may be embarrassed because, you know, I look fine. And I may be embarrassed because I don't want to get bullied for it, you know, because when you're gone for long periods of time, people start making up rumors. And when you come back and you're absolutely fine, and they're just like, what's wrong with you? And it's just like, there's a lot wrong, but you're not gonna know about it because you wouldn't understand. And it's hard because I try to explain to people, you know, I get really cold, but I don't sweat. And sweating's a huge part of cooling down your body. And I've had sweat tests done. And pretty much what they do is they cover you in stuff that makes you, like, really tan, like cardboard box tan. And you're supposed to come out a royal purple. I came out brown with burns on my legs. And only one half of my face sweat. So, and the face that was, part of my face that was sweating was the one that wasn't swollen. So this side was sweating and the other side wasn't. And so my nerves act up and I don't sleep like everybody else because I don't reach REM. And, you know, I mean, I do have friends, but I don't always know how to interact with people. But that's because I've lost that interaction because when you're out of school for a lot of time and a lot of weeks, it's hard to even try to make friends because the rumors, the bullying, you know, why aren't you at school? You look perfectly and absolutely fine. Oh, you're just faking it. I'm not faking it. I'm not. And people think that you do and you don't, and it gets really hard because sometimes parents, they don't know what to think. Because sometimes they don't believe you when you're hurting really bad. And once they realize that you are, they feel so bad, and you're just like, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. You know, I mean, I've had doctors say, she just needs to tough it out. She just needs to tough it out. Give her ibuprofen and steroids. She'll be fine. Send her to school. That doesn't help. It doesn't. It doesn't. Trust me. It doesn't always help. And once your body gets used to it, it's just like, oh, we're on that thing again. yeah, no, try again. And so it hurts because it's hard to have people understand what you're going through when they can't. And so they get frustrated and angry and upset. And you get frustrated and angry and upset. And you know, if you're on here wondering, why I'm talking about this, it's because people need to know. Autoimmune disorders, they're not something to kid about. They're not something to laugh about. They're not something to judge someone about, It's real. And it sucks really bad. And people tend to think that, oh, it's no big deal. It's just in your head. It's not. It sucks when your body literally attacks itself over and over and over again, and you end up sick a lot, and you have to literally carry hand sanitizer on you and masks, because if you get sick, you can end up in the hospital. And for me, that's the case. And I can't get really stressed out about stuff because I can end up in the hospital because I can trigger an attack. And I know some stress is good for you. But for me, that's not the case. And so while you're in the hospital, you literally look for things to do. So probably a lot of you guys are going to get on YouTube and watch your favorite YouTubers and find new YouTubers. And some of you may even make a YouTube, to kind of document, like what you're going through. And for me, I'm at that point where I'm just like, I might as well documentary. Wait. Sorry. I was just thinking, be nice if someone would be able to documentary all this, an autoimmune disorder and what goes along with it. Because we're people too. We're sick. And people tend to think that we're not and that we're okay, and we're not. Because I may look absolutely fine, and at the moment I'm doing alright. I'm pretty happy. But I get sick too. Really bad sick. Probably not as sick as what some people can get. And I know people freak out about cancer and things like that. And it's just like, cancer's not the only thing. Autoimmune disorders are pretty bad too. So are other things and other disorders and other diseases. It's not the only one. And when you get sick, you feel so helpless because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to make things better. Your parents, they get upset because they can't make their little boy or girl better. They can't make their child better. They can't take away the pain. They can't take away the sickness. And with an autoimmune disorder, you can't always get rid of them. And one of the girls at our school who had graduated not too long, she died from lupus. And I'm over here just like, I don't want to be the next one. I want to be out there. I want to show people, here I am. Hi. I'm alive. I can do this. I want to show you guys, what I go through. I mean, not everyone understands, what you go through. And so you try to show them and you try to help them understand, but they don't always, you know, because I do wear an ice vest to help me because I don't sweat.